Yes, and it's that time again!
What's that time of?
It's, well, I don't know, is it Friday?
It is Friday.
That means we are getting ready to review a whiskey.
On second pour,
That's right. What are we doing today?
Wilderness Trail, single barrel, bottled in bond.
Right after this.
Welcome to Second Pour. My name is Jeff,
And I'm Zane.
and today we are going to review a whiskey.
Not only a whiskey, this is a bottle and bonded whiskey.
Single barrel bottled in bond whiskey.
So that means it has been fully regulated in every way by the United States government.
That's right, for at least 4 years.
At the bare minimum.
Bare minimum. So let's talk about this Wilderness Trail bourbon whiskey bottled in bond single barrel. Is that not a mouthful?
It is a mouthful, but while you're trying to spit that out, let me remind everyone about what we do. When we're reviewing a whiskey, we smell that whiskey. We talk about what we smell. Then we go to the actual manufacturer's information page and tell you what they say we should have smelled.
That is true too.
Then we go in and taste it,
We taste it,
tell you what we taste.
and we tell you what we think about it.
Then we go right back, see what the manufacturer says, and then bam, boom, we give a rating, and boom, experts right here.
Did you just call us experts again?
It's gonna happen every time.
All right, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about this whiskey. This is
Experts.
Wilderness Trail is 50% ABV, 100 proof. It goes in the barrel at 110, they say.
Interesting.
Mash bill, these guys are all up front. 64% corn, 24% wheat, and 12% malted barley. Age statement between 5 to 6 years. It is distilled by Wilderness Trail Distillery. They even put on this bottle what bottle of it is of 250 and what barrel it came from. These guys are right up front, and this runs $45 to $50. I can respect
Yeah,
a group that does that.
What are they trying to pull? What kind of shenanigans? They're not doing any of that.
It's just no nonsense.
It's no nonsense. I appreciate that, and kudos to you.
So hopefully maybe it's kind of works with the whiskey too.
Let's hope.
So I say what we do next.
We knows this stuff.
Let's do it. There is a weird nose on this for me.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, there's a heavy corn.
You think that's what it is a corn sticking
Yeah,
out?
I still think it's the heavy corn.
I mean, it's a high corn at 64%. That is a high corn.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm getting at is, you know how you can even out the nose, as a lot of them will be nose just even. This one has like a note and then a
Yeah, I think that's pretty, you
you
might be
have
right.
you have to make the noises when you tell it.
Does it go da da da?
The note.
Da da da. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's it.
right now it's up here right now.
Corn. Oh wait, oops.
Was he getting ready to
I almost pulled a fast one on him. I didn't do it, almost did.
You think it's his first second pour, you know? It's not
All right,
like
all right,
he's
all right,
done
all right,
100
okay.
some videos
I
already.
even told you what we were gonna do. Okay.
We do what first again?
I'm gonna
Snorking?
tell him what we're snorting.
So tell me, what are you getting out of this other than
All right.
I want to drink this?
I like to call, when I talk about corn, high corn,
Yeah.
lots of times it actually smells like a peanut smell.
Okay, I hear that. I think I'm starting to recognize what I think I'm getting out of that though.
However, this time it's not so peanutty.
Toasted marshmallow.
Yeah, it's
Campfire.
on
the nose for me. It's campfire, toasted marshmallow, and
it's vanilla wafer with a little bit of a marshmallowy.
Dr. Pepper.
Maybe. I mean, I can totally see why you say that.
You see it?
Like artificial Dr. Pepper gum, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, flavored Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can see that.
Dr. Pepper. That's weird. I've never had a. That's what I'm picking up on that nose.
It could be because that the pepperiness of it. I say peppery, but it's the spiciness.
It's whatever that species is this. No, I think it's the sweetness of it.
And which episode are we on for today?
Too many. No, Dr. Pepper.
No, I totally see it.
At least soda.
It's a
pop. It's something, depending on where you're from in the country. Pop, soda, Coke, whatever you want to call it.
There might be soda and there might be pop, but there's only one Dr. Pepper.
That's true.
All right.
I'm a pepper, you're a pepper.
What do they say we should be smelling?
Before we go into the tasting notes, I have to put this little parentheses here. We don't have to do this very often.
Yeah.
The distillery does not list tasting notes.
Ah.
So what I did is we pulled an average from multiple sources that have reviewed this. So like Whiskey Advocate and those guys. So some big reviewers, right?
All right.
And said, okay, let's see what the averages are out of those, and we're gonna pull from those averages and then see if we feel like the averages are there. So to be fair to Wilderness Trail, they're not telling anybody what you should be getting out of this, other than there's this fine, good whiskey.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that's where we're gonna go with this. So nose on this, average, hay, grass, oak, caramel, vanilla. Nowhere in there is Dr. Pepper.
No Dr. Pepper, the caramel, vanilla. I mean, obviously vanilla, you always
vanilla, I mean, you know, we talked about this. Usually the caramel, the vanilla and stuff, we just kind of set it aside. You're like, obviously.
There is a clear mallow.
It's toasted marshmallow, right?
Yeah, there's still a mallow.
Toasted marshmallow, Dr. Pepper, that's what I get on the nose.
Yeah.
It makes me want to do what?
Drink it.
Okay, now you can drink it.
It sounds great.
When we normally drink it. You know, at the time when we say drink it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drink it right. 3, 2, 1.
Really spicy up front. It's not hold spice, hold it, but it's like, it is like spice. Marshmallow's still there. Even more so.
Yeah,
almost like
so.
s'more-ish now. I'm not saying I'm getting cocoa, but it's like, man, we are headed toward granola, s'more, marshmallow, and I still get it the aftertaste of the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, a little bit of mallow. The spice has like what I would expect the anise spice, but I'm not getting the numbing from it.
This is a wheated bourbon.
Oh, then there's nothing in there?
There's a wheated bourbon.
So I wonder what the spice would be. Huh.
It's got to be coming from the wheat and the barley and the charred
But
oak
it
barrel.
has that smoothness at the aftertaste. That mallow still sticks with you.
I mean, the marshmallow seems to be strong all the way through. Mallow. You're killing me, Smalls. You got the mallow?
That's what I've got.
You got the granola?
That's it.
You got the chocolate. All right, so I say we're getting mallow.
Yes.
We're getting spice.
Yes.
We're getting some vanilla.
Yeah.
And we're getting some s'more-ish type kind of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say.
Let's see what they say.
Now, once again,
It's an average?
it's an average.
All right.
Okay, so subtle fruit, chocolate, and spice. The chocolate and spice, I think, is lining up with that s'mores for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're not
Maybe.
saying mallow, but I think this is where we're headed. This is like a campfire bottled and bond for me.
Because I still taste the flavoring in the mouth of what I was saying is the marshmallow.
It's there, right?
Yeah.
It's strong. I'm impressed by that, actually.
No, actually, it's really good.
You know, this only entered into our area in about the last year. We kind of just been skipping past this one for some reason as far as the whole Wilderness Trail product line. I'm kind of regretting it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, what about the finish for this one?
Well, it had the heat and the spice up front, which didn't last overly long, but it did have a lingering flavor.
Oh, the mallow?
Yeah, because of that, and so it has to have a long finish.
Mallow, mallow.
As if you had had some
finish.
sort of confection.
Yeah.
And it still is in your mouth after you've eaten it.
I don't
So,
know, it makes me want to drink it more.
what kind of finish do they list?
Once again,
It's an average.
it's average. Short, mild, caramel, and oak. That seems the average obviously would be those because that's a very easy to pull. But the short part is what we're experiencing a little bit.
Yeah,
On
with
the front,
with the front end short, but
but the end of it's still hanging out,
It's
right?
got to linger there. So that's the.
Definitely mild.
If you're just going with what the other notes that they were labeling with the short finish, yeah, that's short.
I was kind of curious. I should have got online to see if the actual producers have done their own little videos
Yeah.
and see what they're saying.
Because the oak finish, the spice, or the caramel, it does kind of go away. But then there's that
marshmallow is sitting right on top of that.
lasting
Yeah, the
oils that's
toasted marshmallow / I don't know. It's just
this is a complicated whiskey, and I
it's
like
a nice, complicated bottle and bond whiskey. And for around the price of the $45-50 range, that's not a bad bottle and bond price.
that. No, not at all. I think it's really good.
And they're saying this is a 5 to 6 years, so it's a little bit more than the 4-year standard.
The spice is quite significant, though, I will have to say.
I have to say, I agree with you on that. So, I guess we got to review this thing.
Right, so, I mean, we're talking pours of whiskey. Is this going to be a 1 finger, a 2 finger, a 3 finger, a 4 finger, or are we just taking a 5 finger?
Which means we love the whiskey when it hits a 5 finger.
Mm-hmm.
So...
first reactions.
Man, this is a hard one for me, honestly. I really want to rate this one high because we've reviewed a lot of whiskey today.
See, that's part of it.
And so it's really affecting how I feel.
Let's talk about price point real quick.
Okay, $50, let's say, on that mid-range on this. $45 at low. So this is a reasonably priced whiskey. It's not a budget whiskey, so it's more than $30, but it's not $100 King County Bottle and Bond either. I feel like I would more likely grab this.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's that Bottle and Bond single barrel we had on.
I tell you what, I'm going to be the Deville in this one.
We'll see if you are, because then I'll let you know where I'm gonna lay on this.
Hey, this is 3.5.
This is a 4 for me.
I'm not giving it the 4 just because
I don't know. It's a really good whiskey.
It's really good. It's just I think it's way better than what I would classify a 3. But I'm thinking about those 4s and what we put into there.
I'm thinking about, that's why I was kind of struggling with it. Like, okay, it's not a 5 whiskey.
It's not a 5.
But I'm like, man, it's really up there with some of these 4 whiskeys.
It's pretty close, and with our combined totals,
it puts it at. I just want to point out, guys, you might not know this, but I edited all the way up to that point, and we couldn't. Well, I changed that. I couldn't count for the last 2 takes.
Last 2 takes. However, I will say this much. This is a good whiskey. I implore you, go try to find this one. Try it. I think you will really enjoy it.
And there's 2 bottle and bonds on this. There's a small batch and a single barrel. So here's the other thing. With the single barrel, you know how that works.
Right.
This might be just a really good batch.
Might be. And we got, what was it, number 55?
We got 55 of 250 of, if you're looking for that specific barrel, 16J21T.
Pretty sure a stormtrooper was named that number. 162JT, please come in. We're fine here. We're all fine. How are you?
So, in the meantime, be sure to like, share, and
subscribe. And please, hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're producing more content.
Check us out on our Facebook group page where we can talk more about this whiskey or any other whiskey you want to talk about, as well as catch us on Wednesdays when we do
Whiskey Pop.
And then Friday again when we'll do another episode of Second Pour. Yes. But please be safe out there, drink with some friends, and hey guys, cheers.